this. Pump up the volume, 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 pump up the volume.
Hello, friends. How you guys doing today on this beautiful Cleveland day? Beautiful, and by beautiful I mean garbage. It's nice, gray skies. We got Brian Moreno calling in. He's calling in right now, though. So, we're going to answer this bad boy. Oh. Hopefully this guy's going to work now. Hello? It's got to connect, I think. This whole Skype thing, guys. I don't think it's the way to do it. I'm not sure. What's going on, man? Hello. Yeah, I don't think the Skype is the way to do it. It's kind of confusing. We're gonna figure this out, and then I'm gonna start the podcast, guys. All right? What's going on, man?
Yeah, I believe so.
This
How you doing, bud? Yeah, I don't know. This Skype on this new app on Skype doesn't work like it used to.
Oh, it used to be better.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It won't connect Bluetooth.
Oh, okay. Is that what the problem was? You were trying to get the headphones going?
So make a scene, right?
Yeah.
All right, Johnny. Let's talk, man. I'm all yours
brother.
now.
All right, cool. So, I was on your website, and I saw that it said you started at the House of Blues on Sunset.
Yeah, I was the MC for the House of Blues for I would say probably 4 years.
That's awesome. The House of Blues.
Yeah, that's why I started, and when I say, the regular guy got sick or couldn't make it, so somebody called me in, and basically, he's like, so everybody here paid to hear this band, but they're not going to show up, so you got to let these 1,200 people know that they're not going to get their money back, but we have a new band, and go be funny for a couple minutes.
Oh, my
God. Yeah, they threw me to the wolves, and people were yelling, and boo! And, I just remember the moment where I'm like, I don't want to be here either.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you do any kind of open mics before that?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay.
I was so bad at comedy, 'cause I'm from LA, and I'm so bad at comedy. I had to leave LA for say 6 months or so to go 6 months, maybe almost a year, to go do open mics in between New York and Philadelphia. I would take buses, go back and forth.
Okay. Yeah, I just went to New York for New Year's Eve, and we went to, by the way, the sketchiest comedy show I've ever been to. This dude on the street was like, "Hey, you like stand up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I like stand up." He goes, "I got 2 tickets, $25 each. You want them?" And I'm like, how do I know that you're not just gonna rip me off? And he's like, "There's cops everywhere." And I'm like, that doesn't mean anything to me. But
So funny.
we go to, it was the Broadway Comedy Club, and it was one of the best shows I've ever been to, and it was guys that I haven't heard of. You heard of there, or you've been there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was so good. And
so are you a fan of stand-up? You're a big fan of stand-up.
Oh yeah, the first one I saw was Joe Rogan when he came here for one of the UFCs, because I'm in Cleveland, and I saw that, and it was kind of just this is what I want to start watching. This is what I want to keep doing. Then we saw Brennan Schaub, Chris D'Elia, Tony Hinchcliffe, saw guys like that. Steve-O we just saw. But I absolutely love stand-up comedy.
So, and where do you live now? Where am I?
So there's a suburb right below Cleveland. It's called Parma. That's where I'm at. like downtown Cleveland. I don't know if you've ever been to Cleveland or not.
You're from Lime?
No, Parma.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, got it.
Yep. But yeah, dude, I absolutely love comedy. Like my goal is to go to like a bunch of different comedy clubs, and especially out in LA. Like your guys' comedy scene is just so intense. And
yeah, sure. Between here and New York, you have to be doing it at one of these two places. That's for sure. If you're really doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, like even here in Cleveland, our comedy's getting a little bit better, but it's still not there yet. But I mean, like I'll go down to Columbus, Ohio, and see comedy shows there. Or we went to Detroit. They had the Joe Rogan, the last one, but I don't recommend going to Detroit if you don't have to.
It's getting better though, right? It's getting better.
I mean, I don't know from what, but
yeah, from the bullshit news that I read, it might be. But
yeah, what?
That's fun.
I wanted to ask you, what's up with the Twitter or the Instagram handle, and then in the bio it says I am an alien, and then on the website you have the ancient aliens.
Did you watch that? Did you watch it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty legit, right?
Yeah, I was cracking up. Like it had you, Ian Edwards on there. I was cracking up.
Yeah, Ian's a dear friend. I'm just a different kind of guy, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
And like as a child, saying that I was an alien was the easiest way for me to express that, I guess. But when I say that, I think I don't know. I could tell. I don't want to sound too crazy, but I'm sure 13 people listen to this podcast.
You're not off by a lot.
One of them might be, but I'm different than most people, so that's where that comes from.
I dig it. I like it. Also, so so we live kind of in a weird time right now where everybody likes to get offended by everything that everybody says. So like when you're writing jokes or trying out jokes, do you take that into mind, or do you just let it rip?
I not only, do you know who Orny Adams is?
I do not.
Okay, well, he's one of the guys that I go on the road with, and I open for him a lot. And Orny, he's probably one of the top 5, comedians in the business. Okay. And to open for him, I'm not necessarily a dirty comic, and a lot of the comedy that I do, I like to make people think, and I like to challenge what the norms, but I'm not so edgy that I have to take that into consideration all the time. Like there are some people who they might have to take it into consideration more than I do. But that being said, there are subject matters that are just off limits. If you talk about certain things, it's hard, no matter how funny you are, it's hard for someone like me. Like I can't discuss, I'm not going to say anything specific because it doesn't matter, but there are certain issues that are much more difficult to discuss. And if you are gonna tell it, like it's got to be hilarious. Like here's an example. Someone told me a long time ago, if you're going to tell a cancer joke, it better be one of the funniest fucking cancer jokes you've ever heard. Yeah. Cancer has affected so many people in so many ways. Yeah. Like you can't go up there and just be like a cornball and expect it to work.
Yeah, you got to know that it's going to kill.
Yeah, it's got to be something great. Like I have, my father passed away from cancer. I have good cancer jokes. Like my father you know, in his final days, his favorite thing to say was, chemotherapy doesn't make me throw up, but your jokes do.
Oh my god.
And that'll always be funny.
That's brutal. That's so brutal.
Yeah, well, yeah, totally. Yeah, you think I mean, I lived it. I know how brutal it was.
Yeah. Yeah. What are like some of who do you look up to in comedy?
Well, I mean, Orny Adams, check him out. He's got a new special on Showtime. He's one of the guys that takes on the road. I always looked up to him. I still do. George Carlin really affected me because his ability to use words the way he did. Let's see, who else was really... I mean, Chris Rock was the first guy that ever made me fall out my chair because he was just so amazing. But you know, I would have to say that some of the people that I really look up to, Sebastian Maniscalco is amazing. Okay. He's an amazing comedian. For the first 10 years of his comedy career, because I just hit 7 years this year.
Oh, wow.
But his first 10 years, he was, from what I hear, he was not a good comedian.
Yeah.
The Sebastian you see now is not what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. I look at people's progression, how hard they worked, and the way they edit, and now, like, you know, he sells out theaters all over the place.
Yeah.
And again, I'm fortunate living in LA. I can just go to places like the Comedy Store, and I can, you know, rub shoulders with a lot of these people and pick their brains.
Yeah.
You know.
I was looking at some of the lineups you go up there with. You're up there with like other killers too, like Callan and Rogan, Ian Edwards, Jeff Ross, like those kind of guys. Going up there with them, is that kind of like nerve-wracking at all?
No, I don't think so. I mean, one time when I was first starting, I had to follow Chris D'Elia when I was first starting comedy. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I had to follow him on a show, and Chris is probably one of the most consistent comedians I've ever seen.
Really?
Like, since I started. Just consistently crushing. You know, I've never seen him bomb, and I've almost seen every comedian bomb. Yeah. Yeah, but that just happens. You know, that just happens sometimes for a lot of different people.
Yeah.
But I had to follow him one time, and you know, I still think. But this was really early in my comedy career, and I still think about like how to weave. Like when you follow someone, sometimes because it's different. If someone's crushing, you want to be able to ride that energy. Yeah. Sometimes you want the host to reset things in between. Other times you want the host to just bring you up so you can get on it. But it depends all the time. Like I don't get nervous, but I'm very aware of like what's being said, the momentum that is there, or if the host kills it. You know, it's definitely not nerve-wracking because I'm super confident in my, you know, my funny ability and my material. But you know, like sometimes you gotta go from 0 to 60 a lot faster than other times.
Yeah. Do you think is it weird for you at all? Like when you are doing certain bits, is it weird at all when you are if you have 2 bits or 3 sets in a night? Is it different, like saying that same joke 3 times, or is it kind of just the normal for you?
Well, I'll tell you, no. I mean, when I'm on stage, I'm more making jazz than I am just playing like the same song over and over. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I perform, it's a little different.
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying.
You know, so and now I not only do that for me, but I do it for the audience. Like I like to keep things fresh, and I like to say things a little differently. You know, I enjoy trying things out, you know, but sometimes like you got to go with what you know. Like sometimes you don't want to, you know, you don't want things to get stale.
Yeah.
But other times you got to just deliver the A+ in the A+ way. You know,
hear you.
So you know, so it really all depends. But I try, you know, and every time I perform, it's never exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. Tweaking it a little bit or doing something a little bit different. so you've seen Brian Callen perform a bunch of times. I always listen to like The Fighter and the Kid and stuff. And Brendan Schaub always says that Callen's like one of those guys that you actually have to go and see him perform, or it's not the same kind of performance. You kind of agree with that?
Well, I don't think much comedy translates to video really well.
I agree 100% with you on that, by the way.
Yeah, I think comedy is always better live because it has to do with the way you accept the material, because you're in an audience and a big group, and sometimes things are funnier because of the energy in the room, because of a pause, you know, or there's so many other factors.
Yeah,
you know,
kind of like same thing with if you go to a movie or if you're watching TV by yourself, how it's funnier if you're with a group of people. I get what you're saying. Do you have? I wrote this one down. So, like, best versus worst cities. Speaking of Chris D'Elia, I don't know if you listen to his podcast, but he recently said...
No, I've heard it's pretty good. I've never listened to it, but...
He just said that San Diego sucks donkey dick in his podcast. He said that the crowds there are just not good at all. Is there, like, a certain city, or... Is there a certain city that you think is the best versus... certain cities that you just think are not very good?
You know, Chris has been doing comedy a little longer than me, and he might be a little more jaded than me, but yeah, every place is different. Like, I was just in Tacoma, and one of the things that I noticed is I was always the brownest person in the room. And to me, that's like crazy. You know, like I can do shows in Ohio and have people who are browner than me there. Yeah. It's just every place is different. But, you know, he's probably been doing shows in San Diego 8 years longer than me. So I'm sure he's probably just had a lot of bad experiences. But, you know, like there are places in the South and the Midwest too where they're just not going to like you, or they're not going to like me because I'm not pure white. Yeah. Or, you know, like they're just not going to like you. But you got to work a little harder. But I came up doing the shittiest of bar shows, performing for people who didn't even speak English, who were just trying to, you know, get out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not so deep in comedy that I feel like that about any particular place yet, but my answer might be different in like 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you when you're out there just going to different places, just being over it.
Yeah, like after a while you can just, you know, some of the traveling, especially with some of these big guys, you know, they just get tired of it. They just want to be at home, you know?
Yeah, did you get a chance to watch Tom Segura's new special on Netflix?
No, but I heard it's good. Tom is great. Tom is unbelievable.
He had a bit about people in Louisiana that was I was literally crying watching it because just destroying it. It was so good.
He's one of those people, like I never heard his comedy before I started comedy. Okay. And then when I saw him and met him, like he's just consistently just so funny.
Yeah, him and him and Bert Kreischer together, dude. Those guys, they seem like the best of friends. It's so cool.
Yeah, Bert's crazy. Bert's crazy.
They were just talking on a couple podcasts about their trip to the championship, and Bert was just getting wild, I guess. But apparently that's Bert. He just gets wild all the time.
Yeah. That doesn't sound too far out of his character.
Do you have any like interactions with fans that stick out to you?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's this one lady. Like I had to block her on all social media. I don't know what happened to her. But, like, she used to come to all my... This was, like, an older... I somewhere from the Middle East. older Middle Eastern woman, and she would come, and like I could tell, like how I don't know if it was an interest in my comedy or just me as a human, but she would start sending me all these messages and emails and everything saying how she wishes I was her son. And
What the fuck?
like, yeah, but it would be paragraphs and paragraphs. I can't even read it. Like started some Instagram account, and she would always be tagging photos of me, and she just disappeared recently, so I have no idea what happened. But that's the kind of stuff, like when people send you those kind of things, it gets a little scary, just be like, and it's just on like paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs. Like I don't have time to write my mother 3 paragraphs of anything. Dude that I saw,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but those are the kind of interactions that I worry about sometimes, because I'm one of those guys. I make myself accessible to the people who come out to see me just because I'm locally. I'm not big enough to just blow people off yet.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Yeah, you don't have the
I accept everyone who wants a part of me.
The do whatever you want money yet.
Yeah. Like I kiss every baby, I shake every hand. I make.
Yeah.
But I have like fans who like they've been with me since the House of Blues, and I got to tell you, when I started comedy, it wasn't like it is now.
Yeah.
Like I was good when I started. Oh my goodness.
I just read. Have you read Kevin Hart's book yet?
No.
His book was pretty intense about his coming up. How he was like $200,000 in debt when he shot his first special. Wrote like a check that bounced, because he had no money in his account to stay at the hotel to record his special. And it was just like, man, that was super inspiring. Because, like for me, I admire comedians. Like I like just the whole art of it and going to shows. Maybe my favorite live performance to go to is like a stand-up comedy show. And so I guess this could be the last thing, but like for me, I have, that classic stage fright. Like I get scared of failure, but like I want to get up on that stage and tell some jokes. But it's keeping me from going and doing an open mic night is because I am so scared of it. So would you have like any advice for that you would give to me?
The first thing is don't be scared of the failure, because that's just part of comedy. Like just understand that. Like you're gonna get up there and you are gonna bomb.
Yeah.
Be scared that you don't change your act. Because the people who suck are the people who don't edit and they don't try to get better. And if you want to be afraid of something, be afraid of one of those people who does comedy for 10 years and never changes a joke and just gets worse.
Yeah.
It's like the people who really care, like they edit their material and they're like, oh, that little bit worked and this didn't, so I'll change that and
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that I tell people, that don't worry about sucking, because you're going to suck.
Yeah.
Like you are. It's
straight
not,
up. Just.
yeah, like it's not, there's no chance that you're not going to. Like it's just part of the game.
Yeah. It's just going to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, is there anything that you want to let people know, or do you got any shows coming up that you want to let people know? I don't know if I got too many people in LA.
I know I'm at the Schaumburg Improv at the end of January.
All right.
Yeah, if anyone wants to check me out, you can always go to BrianMorenoComedy.com. If you're in Los Angeles, find me. I'm up at the Improv and Laugh Factory regularly, but LA is my home. I'm an LA comedian. I make myself accessible to as many people as I can because this is my whole life. Yeah, LA. I'm basically just in LA this next couple months. I was in Chicago. I lucked out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for coming on and giving me a little bit of time. If you're ever in Cleveland, you can count on me being there and bring in as many people as I can. As many people as I can, man.
I really appreciate that, bud, and I will let you know.
Cool. Yeah, man. Hopefully we could do this again. Thank you again. And Have a good night, man.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
There it was, man. Brian Moreno. Go follow him on Instagram. And go check out his website. I'll tweet the website, tweet his Instagram out in the description for this podcast. I'm just so grateful that I have like I did 70 episodes or whatever, and now I don't know. It just feels like shit could be kind of turning. I guess don't want to get my hopes too high for it, but it's nice to know that you guys are still listening, and it's nice to know that there's people that want to come on, you know. So keep supporting it. Tell a couple people about it. Let's grow this shit and let's back up that motherfucking Brinks truck, you know. Trying to back up a motherfucking Brinks truck. We got more shows coming this week, but you guys got to vote on who you want to be on. And always, till next time, y'all. Peace.